Hello and welcome back all of you my dear students to our another video. Now in all of the previous videos we have been learning a lot regarding the agriculture, types of agriculture, then what are the different methods that we use to cultivate certain crops, how do we cultivate these things, what are the organic stuff that we use, what are the chemical stuffs that we use in the agriculture, what is agrotourism, and what are the different aspects of development of a trade with this agricultural output. So we have seen all of these things. Now today we are going to look particularly at the trade aspect of the agriculture. As I told you that there are two types of farming, right? Subsistence farming, and then second one is commercial farming. Okay, and we have seen that a lot of people do both of, like, majority of people will kind of do the subsistence farming, and the excess that is created in this farming they will sell in the markets. So these people are called as small and marginal farmers. Okay, small and marginal farmers. They have small piece of land, they have limited resources, they have limited amount of money to work in these farms. Okay, then commercial farming, I told you this is particularly done for the business aspect of the farming. Now in these farms you see there are big fields or the farms that they work on, then they are producing monocrop. Okay, then they are using heavy technology like tractors and harvesters and all these things, and different sowing methods, then again irrigation methods are used, and all these things are done over here. So commercial farming all deals with the money aspect. Now we will see all of this output. Okay, whatever the produce, okay, whatever these people are producing, or whatever is the agricultural produce from this field, how does it earn money for the farmers? That is what we will be learning in our today's video. So here we will be discussing about the topic of marketing system, okay, or market system for the agriculture. Okay, how do we bring these products from the farms to the consumers? Because you see, finally consumer is the person who will pay the money for these items. Okay, and who is the person who will get the money? The farmers. Now one thing we have to take into consideration is that we don't go in the farms to buy this food. Okay, where do we go? We go in the mandis that are present in our cities. Okay, mandis or markets. Mandi is what we call it, right? So market or mandi, we will go over there, which is in our city or town or village, wherever we see, and we will go there, we will buy something from one person, then we will go on another shop or another kind of part of the same market, and then we will buy another things. That is what we know. But what is the entire scenario, what goes on behind that market system, that is what we will be learning today. So first of all, we all know that there is a farm. Okay, the farmer is producing the crops in one particular farm, right? So let's say this is a agricultural field or farm, and who is producing this? A farmer is producing this output in his farm. Now here in the last are we who are getting the food from a vendor. Okay, you see a vendor sits here, he has something in his basket, and then we are exchanging this thing over here. He will give us the food and we will give him the money. Okay, money, and he is giving us the food in a packet or like bag. So this is what we know. But what is inside this thing? That is what we have to study in our today's video. So here lies three people. Okay, no, not three but two. We will also talk about the third one, because you see these days you might have heard in news that there is a farmer protest going on around the country. What is that thing? This is what we will also study in our today's video. So first one is the dealer or the mediator. First of all, we are talking about the person who is in this place. Okay, dealer. This is the vendor. Okay, vendor who will kind of sell these things, who will kind of present this in the market or the mandi that we popularly know as. And this is what we as the consumers. Okay, so consumer, vendor, dealer. Now what is the work of dealer? Dealer is kind of establishing contact with the farmer. Okay, farmers and dealers, they are establishing contacts between each other, and what happens is that dealer will purchase the agriculture output from this farmer in a fixed rate, okay, per quintal. So for 100 kgs or 1 quintal, as we know, they will fix a certain amount and they will tell the farmer, like farmer can they will produce output in quintals. Okay, they will not kind of sell 1 kg, 2 kg or like that. They will produce the output in quintals. So what happens when this is happening over here? These dealers will buy this agricultural output in bulk. Okay, they will buy 2 quintal, 3 quintal, 10 quintals, 50 quintals like that. So it might be wheat, it might be jawar, bajra, rice, then cereals, pulses, vegetables, fruits, all kinds of things this dealer will buy. Okay, there are different dealers for different things. So dealer will buy in bulk. Okay, this is what we know as the transaction between dealer and farmer. Then what will be the dealer doing of all these things? Dealer will store this in a big godown. Okay, there might be a big godown where he will kind of store all the material, because you see here we need the transportation system. Okay, transportation, you know, there are several trucks that bring all this food material from the farmer's place up to the dealer's storage house. Okay, storehouse or warehouse. Okay, now this dealer will store everything in the warehouse. Now this warehouse will be situated in a particular district or particular city, and from this place what will happen? These vendors, like, they have the limited capacity. Okay, they will kind of buy 20 kg, 30 kg, 50 kgs of all these things every day. They will not buy, like, they will buy these things and they will sell all this material, and if it remains, then they can sell it on the next day or 2-3 days. They can use this particular material, because you see agricultural material is perishable. Okay, whatever you see that is the output of the agricultural produce, that is perishable. It means it will get finished or it will decay or decompose in few days only. Okay, now vegetables will decompose in few days. Then fruits, they will take a little bit much longer than the leafy vegetables and all these things. Then again grains, they will kind of get damaged in few months or so, or in year also, if we take care of them properly. So this is what these items are perishable, and we have to sell them before they perish in the warehouses. That is what one point we have to see. Now these dealers, like vendors will come up to these dealers. Okay, then vendors will give them money and these people will give them the products. Now there might be 100 vendors that will be coming to the dealer for getting this, and dealer will be taking this from the farmer. Now you might have seen that we pay a lot of rupees for 1/4 or half kg of anything. Okay, let's say we are buying some onion, 1 kg onion. You know the prices range up to 40, 50, somewhat like that. But in actual, when these dealers are taking the in the bulk, okay, when they are taking in the bulk, they will only pay 5 rupees or 2 rupees, 3 rupees, 4 rupees per kg to this farmer. So what happens? Here we are getting it at 40 rupees per kg. Here they are only paying 2 rupees for a kg to the farmers. That is where the loophole is. So this is what is the farmers, like the cause of farmers protest that we will see afterwards. Now the amount of money that these people are paying to them is kind of decided by MSP, okay, MSP, by the government, okay, that is minimum support price, okay, minimum support price. This is the minimum price that we have to pay to the farmers for 1 quintal of the agricultural output or the agricultural produce that we are buying from him, okay. The minimum price decided by the government to be paid to the farmers for 1 quintal of anything. It might be the vegetables, it might be fruits, or it might be cereal, pulses, or grains. So this is what MSP, and it is set by the government. So now you might have heard this word a lot, because due to this only all this confusion regarding the agriculture or the farm bills have been started in our country, because they thought that government is now going to cancel this MSP. Now if they are going to cancel this MSP, these dealers get the power, because they will negotiate with poor farmers, okay, they will negotiate and they will pay much lower prices than they are paying them now. That is what the concern of the farmer was. That is why it started all the protest in our country. Now next thing, where these people are settled, okay, dealers, where are all these people? They are in a place which is called as APMC, because you see, dealer is kind of doing the work of sending all this agricultural output up to the consumer. So in a way, this person is doing marketing of this product that farmers have created. So what is this APMC? APMC is the Agricultural Produce Market Committee or Marketing Committee. Okay, Agricultural Produce Market Committee. Now I told you, market is the place where we get to see all the agricultural produce, where we can go and buy. So what happens? These dealers are taking the agricultural produce from these people, okay, from the farmers. They are storing them in their warehouses, okay, they are buying it at a certain MSP, and then they are selling it to the vendors, and then vendors are giving it to us. That is the basic chain in the cycle of the trade of agricultural output. So that is what you have to remember: APMC and MSP, minimum support price, and Agricultural Produce Market Committee. Now in India, all these different places produce different crops in a particular, like, because you see, geographical regions or climate is the basic factor that determines which agricultural or the crop can be grown in that place. Okay, geographical conditions are really important. So that is why you see, some crops can be grown in the northeastern state, some can be grown in the Punjab, Haryana state, some other type of crops can be grown in the Maharashtra, Gujarat, and all these places. So what happens? Everywhere there are different agricultural output, but these dealers and these APMC mandis, we can get everything in these places. That is why these APMC mandis are really important. Now the another reason of this protest was that they also thought that APMC will be kind of destroyed, or they might kind of remove APMC from the kind of chain of the agricultural output. And one more thing, you see, there is not just one dealer. Okay, I told you there are 3 people who will buy these things from the farmers. Second is the government. Now when government buys certain thing from the farmers, they will also pay them MSP, right? But The government procures this material, like buying from the farmers is called as procurement. Okay, procurement, it means buying from the farmers. So this procurement that the government does, it is kind of for the social purpose, because you see a lot of people are below poverty line. So government have to buy these things at MSP, but they have to sell it to the poor people. So what government does? Government will give them at very low prices in the ration store or ration store. You might have heard about ration card. So that is what ration stores in a particular city. Okay, that is called as PDS, Public Distribution System, for all the social work, because you see a lot of people cannot afford buying some things, okay, buying certain food material. So they are giving essential material like rice, wheat and all these things like grains, okay, essential food for ration or for the poor people at very low cost. So what happens? Government can buy only certain amount of food material. Okay, they can only buy 2 or 3% of the total output of the farmers in our entire country, and then they will kind of distribute it to the people. So what? This is the second kind of people who will buy from the farmers. Now what government decided is that, now you see there are a lot of industries. Okay, there are a lot of industries which requires raw material from the agriculture, because you see Fruity, this company is producing fruit juice, okay, mango juice. So what is the basic need of this company is the mango fruit. Okay, so what, in order to produce this thing in the industries, what are these people? These people are called as private agencies. Okay, private agencies. Now what will this private agency do? They want only one type of agricultural output. So they will approach to the farmers who are producing the mangoes. Now they will set a contract with these people and they will say that you don't sell it to other people, we will buy it from you, and then because we need it, so we will buy from you only. So we will set up a contract with you. Now when there is any kind of contract, there is uncertainty. Okay, first of all, uncertainty related to the climate system. Okay, climate, because you see climate will change very fast as nowadays global warming is going on. Climate could affect drastically on the agricultural output. So if there is a contract, okay, contract, it means set rules by which we have to abide, and if these rules are not followed, then the another person can take advantage of this situation of the other person, and they could do anything that they want if the other person doesn't fulfill the need of this thing. So that is what a meaning of the contract is. So if the private people kind of make a contract with the agricultural people, and if in case it happens that these farmers are not kind of able to fulfill this contract, then this private people will grab their property. That is what is the second cause of this farm bill which caused the protest in our country. So I hope you are getting entire scenario what happens. And these people thought, again, if there is the entry of private players, then farmers will kind of not get much freedom of doing it. And also they thought that APMCs would be closed, because you see here we have the assurity that we will get minimum support price. But here when we are making a contract with another person, contract can be, they will say that we will pay you less money, but we will improve, we will kind of do it for a long period of time. Okay, this also can happen. No matter, like you see, they can also pay more money to these people than the MSP, but it depends on the certain contracts and the awareness and the education of the farmers regarding these contracts. Because you see, even one clause in this contract could damage the entire thing. So that is what basically is related to the agricultural farm, APMC, Agricultural Produce Market Committee, and MSP, minimum support price. This is what is the basic system that goes around in our country, and this is what are the loopholes in that, all these things I told you. So This is what you have to remember, how it reaches up to the consumer, who are the mediators and who is the beneficiary of all these things. Okay, because you see these people are earning a lot money. Okay, these people, dealers, are earning a lot of money in this thing. Governments are doing it for the public distribution system, and the private people are doing again for the industries development. Who gets the kind of less money in this is the farmer only. So I hope you understood this topic, and by this topic we have completed our lesson of agriculture. So see you in the next video with our next chapter, that is human settlement. That's all for today. Have a nice day and bye.